started the winery in 2013. A good friend of mine lived next to a real winemaker at the time. So I walked over and asked if he needed help, and lucky for me, he did need some help. So I interned with him. That was Brian at Cellars for about 4 years.
So our very first wine was our wedding wine. So we released it in 2015 when we got married, and we served it at our wedding, and it was very high in alcohol, and we didn't label that virtue, but everyone at our wedding got very drunk and had fun. So then after that, we decided to refine our process and then label it, and that's kind of how virtue started, I guess.
So yeah, that first wine was a Syrah, and we then expanded to a Cab and a Bordeaux style blend. At this point, we're up to 14 different wines, including some reserve wines that we age a little longer and produce in new oak, which creates a different profile. And we have a white and a rosé. So we do a Chardonnay, first time doing Chardonnay this year, and a rosé of Grenache, which was excellent this year.
Last year we had a rosé of Cab Franc. We had 3 different Cab Francs, or 3 different wines from Cab Franc. So we had a straight red, and we had our Cab Franc Blanc, and then we had a Cab Franc Rosé. And so this year, yeah, I'm most excited about our Grenache Rosé.
So we source all our fruit from Eastern Washington, and basically we have contracts with high-end vineyard growers by the acre, and we're able to work with the farmers on the yield targets, the thinning, a lot of the fruit drops, which basically means cutting out some of the less healthy clusters to improve the clusters that remain. So we have 8 different vineyard sites across Eastern Washington, and always looking to add more and better fruit as we grow.
A lot of people ask us if we own a vineyard. So we have vineyard contracts, so we get a big U-Haul truck, basically, or a Penske truck, and we leave at 4:30 in the morning. We drive all the way out to Eastern Washington. We pick up tons and tons of grapes from our vineyards, and then we drive all the way back here. So it's usually about a 14-hour day, and by the time we get back, it's nighttime and we're exhausted, and then we have a whole day of wine processing.
Destemming,
crushing, yeah.
So come on by at harvest time and have a look. Come lend a hand.
Yeah. We were driving from Eastern Washington one day, and we were both in the car, and we were talking about what we should name our label, and we were brainstorming, and we didn't want it to be like Mueller Vineyards or Mueller Cellars, and so we started talking about what we wanted the wine to embody, and it was everything, or all the reasons why we got into it. So, for the love of it, because we're passionate about it, our enthusiasm. So we thought, well, why not virtue? And it stuck, and luckily nobody had it, and we bought the rights to the website that day.
Yeah, and the names, the virtue names, really lend themselves well to kind of the feeling and the style that we want to project from the winery. So we've gotten to play around with, we're up to like 16 or 17 different virtue names that we've come up with over the years. And there's so many awesome ones to choose from. So we have endless supply of options.
Charisma, enthusiasm, tranquility. One day we'll have a patience, and that'll be one that you'll either lie down for a long time or one that will keep in barrel for a long time.
This year we did a new project that we'll be releasing in the fall, which is a dessert style wine, a port, made from Merlot, a Merlot barrel that we distilled in partnership with Scratch Distillery in Edmonds, down to brandy, and then pitched back into a ferment the following year, which basically creates a high alcohol, high sugar content dessert wine. And that label we'll be calling Vice, which kind of represents the dark underside of virtue.
We wanted it to play well off virtue, and so it's in kind of playful juxtaposition of virtue. So vice, it'll be indulgence, and it's meant to be a little bit more sinister, but also fun. And it's good. It's real good. 5 years ago, we started looking for homes, and the number one thing we were looking for in buying a home was how big the garage was going to be, because we knew one day we'd have 50-some barrels just bursting at the seams. So we found this beautiful home in Richmond Beach. We fell in love with the community, and we decided, this is where we want to plant our roots, per se. And yeah, it's just been such a joy to be in Richmond Beach. The community's lovely. Everybody here has been so welcoming, and we're just so proud to be here.
I grew up on the other side of Shoreline. My parents still live in the east side of the freeway. So I grew up coming to Richmond Beach as a kid, playing in the beach in the park. And I always loved the area and the view. So she's from Ohio, so I had to show her how beautiful it is here. But it wasn't a hard sell when we moved in. It's great to feel like we're really part of the community, and we're proud to be part of that community association. And I would say at least 75% of the wine we sell is to people right in Richmond Beach and Edmonds area, right locally. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, we also love our partnerships with the community. Streetzeria, Greg, and everyone that works there has been wonderful. We love Streetzeria, and we're so happy that they serve our wine. A lot of people find us because they drink the wine at Streetzeria. So that's been an awesome partnership, and we're so thankful to them.